Hey guys, Cart from CQBRadio with another review here. Today we're looking at the A&K MK46. Now this I got from evike for review. It's going to run you around 320, 330 bucks. Very cool gun, a unique support gun. Everyone's seen the M249s out there, whether it's with the full stock or the para stock. This guy is a little bit different. Got the rail system, got the collapsible kind of M4 style stock on the back there. Really like this guy. I've run with it a couple times and been very, very happy with it. And let's break it down a little bit more in depth for you. The MK46 is a squad automatic weapon, meaning that it is a support gun. So for airsoft, you're going to be slinging a lot of plastic downrange to let your team maneuver and operate. You're going to be offering a lot of cover fire with this guy. Obviously, with a 5,000 plus round box mag, you're going to be good to go as far as having a lot of BBs on you. You do want to carry some extras because if you're actually running this range or this role effectively, you're going to be slinging a lot of BBs throughout the op or throughout the event. So make sure that you got some extra BBs with you. Now, some people say this is a gun that was built for special operations. There's some question about that just because different people have been using it in different military capacities. But it's definitely a unique option when it comes to saw guns out there. All right, let's move to the back of the gun, and then we're going to start our way up forward on it. Starting at the back of the gun here, you can see you got your stock. It's kind of like your standard M4 stock. You basically press this in to extend it out and collapse it back into place. The one thing I've noticed is that when I do collapse it and put it back in place, sometimes this lever doesn't pop back up to lock in, like you just heard it click in. That's just been a little bit of a challenge for me, but not a huge issue. I just got to work on tightening that spring a little bit and then making sure that it's moving up and down smoothly. Put a little WD-40 in there. You've also got this metal attachment that rests on top of your shoulder, and then you can swing it down like this, lock it into place. Attachment point for a sling there. Moving forward, attachment point for a sling here. Metal buffer tube up here. I wouldn't call them trades, but you got a little info there. Standard saw style stock, metal trigger guard, metal trigger. Full metal construction of the whole thing. You got your sights up top, a rail if you want to run an optic. And then moving up here, you do have your 5,000 round box mag. You need 2 AA's to go in there. And then on the bottom, you turn it on with basically continual feed and then also sound activated. So every time it hears the gearbox move, it'll start feeding BBs into the gun. All right, let's move forward on the gun a little bit. Up here, you can see one of the unique differences from this guy compared to some of the other guys, the LE stock, and then also this rail system. Rail up top, and then these same 2 rails on the other side as well. I put this UTG vert grip on. I'd like to actually run that guy. Just makes it easier to wield, I find. Now, when it comes to putting the battery in, the battery goes inside here underneath your outer barrel, which as you look here, you can see that's cool because it's fluted. The battery goes inside here. I've been running a 9.6 nunchuck battery, and originally when I started putting it in, I was releasing this guy, taking out basically the whole front barrel assembly, putting it in the battery, and then putting the barrel assembly back in. What you also can do is there's a rail on the bottom here, obviously. You can just basically, with a lot of force, pop down this bottom section, put the battery up in, and then put the rail, click the rail section back into place. I did find if I was running hard, I took one digger and really yanked on this thing and then popped off the bottom section of the rails. It will stay in place in general, but if you really whack it, it's going to come off. It does come with a bipod, which swings underneath and clicks into these little set of, I don't know what you'd call them, not teeth, but there's a little resting position for them. I took it off because I'm not using the bipod a lot. It's relatively easy to do. There's videos out there to tell you how to do that, but it does come with a bipod as well. If you do run the bipod, you're not going to be able to put a vert grip on it, so just keep that in mind. Up front, standard birdcage style flash hider, outer barrel. You can pop out the inner barrel if you want to swap it out relatively easily, and the hop-up mechanism is all in here. This button, if you release this, you can get into the outer barrel, the inner barrel, anything that you want to do any fiddling inside. Not a ton more to say about it other than it has worked really well, both ops that I've run in. I would recommend putting in a tight bore barrel and a new hop-up if you can do that, just to get some more range out of it. One thing to note is that right over here, if you do open this section up, which you basically push these 2 half circles, if you will, right here. There's one on the other side. Squeeze them together. This whole section will flip up, and you can adjust the hop up and do a little fiddling with the gearbox from what you can see. You don't really get into the gearbox, but you can adjust the hop up easily. When you do put this guy back down, you have to pull the charging handle all the way back, click it in place, and then release the charging handle forward. So just keep that in mind, because if you're trying to do it without doing that, you're going to end up getting frustrated. This guy did shoot with .25s up in the 370, 375 range for me. And one thing that's great about saw gearboxes is that they're very easy to work on. They have lots of modification possibilities, so I would recommend if you want to upgrade it, it's definitely a good gun for that. So again, I got this from evike. It's going to run you a little over 300 bucks. Very nice gun, very unique for a support gun, and I've enjoyed using it a lot. So check it out over there. This is Clark from CQB Radio signing off. Thanks for watching the review. Keep on firing.